Good morning and welcome to Kerbal Space Program 1. That's right. I'd planned to play Kerbal Space Program 2, but just before I bought it, I checked out the reviews on Steam, and it's very mixed. Some people are loving it and saying, "Hey, what do you expect? It's early access," which I tend to agree with. Just to put that out there, I'm not dissing the game because I haven't even played it yet. But it seemed to me that there was a really good review saying before you buy, these are the things to consider, and that there's no science progression, no career mode in it yet. And so it's more kind of like a sandbox to work with. So, and also that there was some optimization has not been completed, which is what you kind of expect in a early access sort of game where that's something that happens as you introduce all the systems. So that's why I'm not playing the second one. Instead, I figure I promised some Kerbal Space Program. I'll do this one instead. I'll do the original. I haven't gone through the original myself as well, so it's a whole learning experience for me. So yeah, that's what we're going to play today for a few hours. I don't know if I'm going to make this into a series or not. I've started up a new game. It's just all on the original settings, so to speak. And I'm going to go from here. The reason why I started on the original settings is because I realized I hadn't actually done, a lot of things here. So, like, there's all these things that I didn't actually explore the first time I played the game. So that's where I'm going to start and see what I've got here. So is this what I've got? Yeah, setup cost. Okay, so these are things. Got a bailout grant. So if I take this, then it's going to kill my reputation, but give me some funds. But my reputation would suck. Research rights sellout. We can make a quick buck from the science. Okay, so if we've got excess science, I can sell it. Seems to be the thing. Okay, cool. Well, I can't really do much else here. So we'll leave for the time being. And the other thing was Mission Control seemed to have a few... Right, we've got like missions here, which I didn't realize existed. But this will give me money and science, and yeah, that would help. So we're going to advance and then on completion. So we're going to launch our first vessel and gather scientific data. If we can do both of those, I'll be very happy. All right, let's go to the vehicle assembly place and spool up our first very basic rocket. Hey, dude. Yep. How you doing? All right, so we're going to want a command pod. We're going to want to put an engine on that thing. And I don't think I can really do much else. Oh yeah, we can make sure it stays on course, right? Do that. We'll want a parachute, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Get it back to Kerbin, not Earth. It's not Earth. And then I think I want some mystery goo to get our first lot of science. I know why it's doing that. It's because I'm brushing the fins and it goes to 4 times. All right. So this is our first spacecraft, and in Death Trap 1. That's right, because you've got to be really stupid to be in this one. We're going to save this as a ship. I mean, we're not going to reuse it. We're going to be making a different version of it, hopefully. But that's it. All right, so in terms of crew-wise, then it's this guy, our little pilot here. And yeah, there's no point, I think, putting in an additional crew in here. I don't think I can even fit additional crew in here. Cool. All right, yeah, that works for me. So let's go launch this guy. And we will get started with our first ever launch and our first ever science. There's only 2 stages. I should have really paid attention to my staging, but that's fine. We will be okay. And I'm pretty sure this is solid fuel booster, so it's no point me messing with the thrust or anything like that. All right, to the moon. Or maybe not that far. All right, we're actually getting a fair distance up. All right, we're gonna observe the mystery goo. Observe this one too. So we're gonna get 14 science from this. This is excellent. We are nearly 10,000 meters above Kerbin. We have discovered that the atmosphere gets smaller. Probably, I wonder if I reset and then open this one, do I get the additional science? No, it's still 7 science. Okay, and naturally we're going to start falling back to Earth in the most aerodynamic configuration, which is, of course, straight down. Now, that's not necessarily what we want. And I said Earth again. I know it's Kerbin. Yeah, I'll just let it work itself out. Perhaps I should have put a separation here, but I would like to recover as much as possible. But yeah, this is how a rocket looks when it's headed towards the ground, right? The fins guided in, and it's not necessarily in a way that we want it to. It's making it aerodynamic with picking up speed, or yeah, this could be considered a bad idea. So I'm actually going to release our parachute a little bit earlier. Hope that it doesn't rip. And parachute, please engage properly. Oh, this could be bad. This could be bad, people. Oh, we've got a full parachute. You want to get back into position. I think we survived. I think the death trap has survived. Yay. And we will have touchdown. And, you know, we're not going to have to go far to recover this vessel as well. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I can see my house from here. Bloop. Excellent. Okay, so let's go back to the Space Center. We will recover our vessel and the science it represents. So, yeah, okay. Recovery of vessel that survived a flight. We get 5, and then we also get a little bit of mystery goo. Cool. We're recovering all our stuff, so a bit of funds back. That is excellent. And we got a crew, and he's gained some XP. That's nice. Excellent. Okay, so let's go to R&D. We have a whole 20 science. With that 20 science, we can research engineering, which means I do get a decoupler now, a thermostat, a communitron, so antenna. Okay, so we can... basic rocketry will be good. That's going to give me the hammer solid fuel booster with fuel tanks and the swivel liquid one. So that's all good stuff there. And then we have 13 science remaining that I can't actually spend on anything, but I'm thinking survivability might be our next thing. Although the aerodynamic nose cone might be really good for the boosters that we just picked up, because I'm pretty sure the hammers will not do a good thing for us if we don't have some kind of aerodynamic thing on top of it. Okay, cool. Let's go to mission control. So we have completed these 2 guys, which has given us some money. That's excellent. And we have some more available things. So, conduct a focused observational survey of Kerbin. Take a crew, report in flight below near site X5. All right, so I need to fly to a particular place and observe it. So it's kind of like a spy mission. Yeah, scientist stupidity. Okay. So these are all focused observational things of Kerbin. I'm not sure about my controls ability at the moment, so instead, I think we want to test the swivel. And we want to test our parachute. I think they were expecting me to do the first thing to be... Alright, I need to be... altitude between 3,000 meters and 11,000 meters. And between 30 and 180 speed. So I can't do that rocket down approach to test this. That's fine, I don't intend to. And I also want to test the swivel one, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And we want to test the decoupler. Test the decoupler at the launch site. Does that mean you just want me to decouple as we launch? Or... I don't know. We're going to go with this one, though, as well. Just to... Oh, no. We have max contracts. Okay, so... Doesn't matter. Now, we've got the Death Trap 1 here, and of course, this is no longer fit for purpose, if it ever was. We instead want to grab a decoupler there. And then we're going to get some fuel tanks. And we're going to go with... 3 fuel tanks should be sufficient. Then we're going to get our engine here. Swivel engine. And then basic fins, 4 of those again. Alright, so the plan here is that we launch just using the swivel rocket. We decouple, and then we use this to... Now, the altitude that I want this to release at is the M16 parachute, right? So I actually need to release it above standard altitude to fulfill my contract. So I don't mind about the min pressure, but I do want the altitude to be released a little bit higher. Okay. So this will hopefully fulfill that contract, and if it doesn't, then I'll have a look further at it. Yeah, okay, so I can determine cargo in different places. Ah, okay, so that would reduce my mass a little bit. Interesting. It's a switch editor. Okay, no, you don't want to do that. Okay. So we'll call this the Death Trap 2. Save it. And then we'll go to the launch site. We're going to go 100% thrust when we take off because we're going to need as much thrust as possible at the lowest point, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to squish our Kerbal. I can always go down if the G-forces are looking a little bit too high. All right. Let's go. G-forces are reasonably high, but we're okay. Just going to tell it to switch a little bit to the right here. We're above the meterage that we needed. That's good. Alright, we've run out of fuel. We'll decouple now. We'll drop throttle down to nothing. This should end up being the highest that we've gone in this playthrough. So if we go to... Alright, we've done the contract parameter. Launch, yep. Okay. Alright, now we're going to start falling back. We're going to observe our mystery goo at this point. See if we get as much science as possible out of this. I think I maybe only need 1. I don't think I'm getting 18 science here. I think I'm just going to get 9. Yeah, we're maybe not in space, but we're very close to it with just that launch there. But as you can see, we're picking up speed to head towards the surface now. And if we go to our map mode, then here's our orbital trajectory. Ugh. I'm not sure I started off there, though. That looks weird. Anyway. Alright, so... Can I get rid of you? Close? Close? Oh, okay, just stay up there then. Contracts. Okay, we need to splash down, basically. And in terms of our parachute, we need less speed for this to really work. So if I stage it at 11,000 meters, then I think it's going to be too much speed to really have any chance. But we're going to have to stage sooner rather than later because we're not losing speed enough. So we will stage at... do it 5,000. Right. Can we get the speed down enough? No, we're not going to be effective. Oh, wait. Yeah, we didn't fulfill the terms of our contract. I think what I want is a slightly lighter vessel. So a little bit less mass. So it's not going to punch through the atmosphere that fast. And then stage our parachute a little bit earlier. Or I'm going to need a drogue or something to do it higher. Alright, but let's go with splashdown. Or let's time warp so we can get down to that splashdown. Basically, I need to deploy it and keep our speed between 30 and 180 at that altitude, and then they'll have noted things. But it's kind of like my only parachute for my Kerbal here. So I don't want it to actually, you know, break and then this guy die. Because we can't let Jebediah die here. Tell him to EVA. Ha! You know, if we were the Kerbal, this is what it looks like, which would be terrifying. Mind you, the speed would reassure you that, hey, we're just twisting around. He's just looking out, getting dizzy, going, right now. The old centrifugal force. How do we get out of Kerbal view? Yeah. I don't know. No, there's a button. Ah, but we'll splash down anyway. It's all good. Okay, so let's get back to the Space Center. Let's recover our Kerbal. And see if we can do another rocket test just to get that guy up there, but not spend so much money to test that parachute. Okay, we got some science out of that. Recovery of the vessel, 9 science from the data. Yeah, 2 lots of science, so we didn't get quite as much as we hoped. We recovered most of it. Excellent. Alright, we will go to mission control. And actually, let's see what we can do science-wise, because if I can get a drogue, then that's going to help me with my... Yeah, we can get a radial mount parachute, as well as a radial mount drogue. I've got 28. So if I research that first, then go back, and let's just see if there's a mission to test that now. No. There is a mission. Oh, I've got 2 active contracts. Wait, hang on. I thought I fulfilled the engine splashdown at Kerbin. Oh, I've got to keep it. Yeah, we built that all wrong. Okay. We'll leave this facility. We'll go to our vehicle assembly and let's take a second shot at this. So, I no longer want that decoupler. So let's just move this over here. Take the decoupler back to parts and then do this. The Death Trap 2.1 is going to be the name of this guy. And then we're also going to put on a radial mount drogue chute. I'm going to need to drogue it, I think, before I stage my other parachute. So we're going to do another stage here. The drogue is going to come first. I'm going to want you to deploy... Yeah, it wants to do it at 5,000. We're going to do that higher. And you... be at 4.5. Okay, so we're going to take the whole thing back. I don't think we can gain anything more from science, so we'll get rid of that. Really don't like the look of this, but... now it's going to be pointing downwards, right, when I do this, so maybe I want it to be here. Decisions. Then maybe it gets burnt by the rocket, right? I don't know. I don't know how these heat things work. Put it there. Compromise. Okay, so Let's save this. Death Trap 2.1. Let's leave. Oh no, let's launch. And see if we can fulfill the terms of our contract this time. Needed to recover that rocket. Okay, we're going to go with maximum thrust again. And let's see what happens. Kapow! Oh, yeah. So that's unbalanced it. That parachute, it wants to go over that way. We do not want it to go over that way. Fortunately, it's relatively easy to control. G-forces are creeping up, but we should be okay because we'll run out of fuel before it redlines. And yeah, that's going to take us higher. We will be at sufficient height for things to work out for us. Now let's look at the terms of our contracts, right? So we've just got to splash it down now. We're at Kerbal, we're flying. So we will get the swivel, but we want the parachute as well. Interestingly enough, it doesn't actually state that you need to splash it down. All that you need to do is deploy it at that sort of thing. We're at orbit as well. Interestingly enough, yep. We managed to get here just with the less weight. Unfortunately, it's not going to be an orbit that lasts. If we go to our map, we have left atmosphere, but we're just going to go whoop and straight down into the ocean, which is good. It's much better than going for the mountains here, because the mountains can be inconveniently high in relation to your parachutes. But that's nice, peaceful. If we did have science, we probably would have actually gotten some science value because we would have been in out of atmosphere. Or we're very light atmosphere now. In terms of wild milestones, we've broken our speed record. We're not going to get a land distance record. All right, I'm going to bin our first launch one and get rid of our contract completes ones. All right, we'll just close that down. Okay, so we're starting to head back down to the ground. And because we're retaining everything, we've got this and this and this, and things could get ugly, is what I'm saying. It's going to want to point down straight at the ground, and that's no fun for anyone, right? We are not, despite our look of it, a military rocket. We're a scientific expedition here. So I'm thinking of staging our drogue maybe a little bit sooner, because otherwise I might have heat issues here. And it doesn't look like I'm going to splash down on that ocean at the moment. It's looking very landy. Yeah, let's deploy our drogue, say, now. It's helping. And we're going to deploy our second parachute, say, now. And we just need to get below 180, and we've done it. We have successfully fulfilled the terms of our contract. Now that has got to be absolute hell for the guy inside, right? No one's going to enjoy that experience with that amount of twisty aroundiness. Plus the parachutes, technically, like this cable will have wrapped around so many times that someone would die from that. So if, I'd be interested to know in Kerbal Space Program 2 if they've got any plans to address that sort of parachute wrapping. Because that could be fun, right? Anyway, we're going to cut the drogue because there's no need for it now. And we'll speed up time to warp it back down to the surface. We're actually going to land on land at the moment, it looks like. Which was not the plan. We had gone over there, but I'm guessing there must be some kind of wind speed. Yeah. 800 to height. That's a good trigger to have. I'm just hoping that I'm not gonna land on the side of the hill and like roll down it and blow up that way. That would be unfortunate. Well, 800 meters and we'll find out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to time warp 2. I think we're going to be okay. There is a bit of a hill here, but I'm hoping that we're going to not explode. We seem to be landing in a valley, maybe. Yeah. Okay. We're all good. Yeah, we're fine. We're gonna... That would probably be fairly rough, to be fair, right? But we did survive, and that's all that counts. So, back to the Space Center we go. Now I think I can see my... Yeah, I can see my thing from here. Let's grab the death trap and recover it. We gained 0.1 of science, right? Not much. But we did get all our parts back, which is lovely. 2,000. And we've got total reputation of 28 now. Excellent. Good work, Jebediah. Okay, can we do more science? No, we can't. We need to do more interesting things before we get more science. But we should have just filled our... Wait, what? Perform the test. Activate the part through this. Ah, I need to turn it on. When I'm between 3,000 and 11,000 and doing a speed of 30 to 180. Oh crap. I need a double drogue for that. And this sounds like it needs to splash down. So we need to do this again. Damn it, I thought it would have been successful. Okay. So for me to splash down, that's easy enough. We just got to point it in the right direction. But the parachutes, for me to actually get it down to a sufficient level, I think I'm going to need a few more drogues for this to work. Right, so we'll balance it. So we should have 2 of those things now. Put another stage here. Stage. Here we are. You guys are like highest altitude you can. All right, hopefully we can do this. The only other thing I can think of if I just get up to the minimum level to do that. So I just kind of aim it so my, like, I can't remember the name of the maximum height I go is within those ranges. Maybe I should just do that. That would be a smarter sort of thing. Alright, let's sell these. Sell these. We're gonna move these off. Sell a little bit of the fuel. So we've got a third of the fuel, right? Much smaller rocket. Chuck in the fins. Put on a bit of smooth jazz, and yeah. This is gonna be the Death Trap 2.2. Okay, so I can only go so high, and then I want to turn it off. I don't need to exhaust my engines, and I don't need to do anything else. We'll save and take it to the launch pad. Alright, we will go for maximum throttle again. It's gonna be quite faster. We'll go for a third because it's lighter. We've got less mass. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Launch. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Am I going to get high enough? I don't think I will. I might fulfill one contract, but not the other here. Yeah, okay. So, I should be able to stage it now. Yes, completed. And now I just need a splashdown. See, I just made it too hard on myself before. I was just attempting to go too high and do it in too complex of a manner. And we should get a splashdown here. So that's going to fulfill our other contract. Good. A speed record. When did that happen? You know what? We're just going to can that. We got 22,000 for that. So this is going to be worthwhile, I think. This test. Got some science and reputation. We'll make money from this. You know, keep it simple, stupid. That's what everyone should have been shouting at me. You're making this too hard. You're making this so complex. It's interesting. My OBS is saying that there's audio coming through, but I can't hear much. I can hear like the wind noise, and that's about it. All right, 200, 100. Splashdown. All right, we have splashdown instead, which is it blew up. It looks like. Okay, sure. It doesn't seem right, but fine. Engines and water do not mix, apparently. They just explode on contact. We'll recover that little guy because we want the Kerbal inside. We got no thing. Yeah, see, we didn't get the rest of the engine. Anyway. Done. Cool. So, we should be able to get... What? It has splashed down. It did. It splashed in water. It blew up then, but I don't understand how else we... Chat, if you know, tell me. Anyway, okay, so this seems to be like you're at the launch site and you just decouple something. To perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. Yeah, so we decouple at the launch site to complete this one, I think. So accept a contract here. I don't understand how we're expected, if it's just going to blow up, how we're expected to actually have that. Anyway, we'll take on that contract because I think I can do that fairly easily. We'll go, we're not quite at 18 science, so we can't grab anything else. We'll go to our little testy vehicle here. We're going to go 2.3 because we're not going to do anything wild with it. My only thought is that maybe if we put in a radial mount parachute and land it sideways, then maybe we can preserve the engine then. Alright, we'll try that. I'm just going to move... move you off to the side here. You go like that. Just want another point of propellant. Go you guys... like so. I don't know, the only other thing I can think of is maybe we eject it and then have a parachute attached and hope that it auto stages. We can try that. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Again, I might be making it too complicated, but... now we want to test a decoupler at launch, pretty much. I think I've got other decouplers, do I? No. That's my only one. We want to test, and we want to test it at the launch pad. So, if I grab a decoupler... put it at the bottom. Alright, stage 1. We're just going to decouple. And we're going to activate our engines. And then I want to put on a parachute here. Radial parachute. Right. Here. So the idea is that when we activate the stage, this should turn on, this should decouple, and then therefore this will splash down. Not sure if that's going to work in practice, but that's the idea behind it. Okay, so we've got the 2.3. Let's try it and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to put on the throttle 2/3, let's say, and then decouple, launch. God, this is wonky. Got to get over water though. Alright, now I just really want height more than anything else, I think. Cool, we should be well and truly over. Okay, so let's decouple and let that. That's parachuted. And then... yeah, whenever we're ready for this. So the debris is going down. I don't know if it's actually... I think it's falling too fast to be parachuted. I think the parachute might have broken. Alright, we're going faster than it. Can I track that instead? Mission control, we might have a problem here. Oh, yep, it's going down. So this could be a way that we do part recovery a bit better if we're jettisoning parts. I'm hoping that's kind of what it's meant to be there for, or why it teaches you to do this. I'm still going to be annoyed if this doesn't actually... if it blows up on this, like, in the water. Alright, let's warp. I think we... I don't know, we've got a race here. Thinking about it. I'll export this to YouTube just to give a Kerbal my first kind of look at it. Well, it's not really my first look. It's maybe my second or third, but... it, kind of impressions. My impressions. But comment in chat or in comments, you know, which one's going to make it first. I think it's going to be this guy, actually. It seems to be descending at a slightly higher rate than us. It's probably a little bit more mass dragging things down. And, yeah, not as aerodynamic. Well, the wrong kind of aerodynamics. Alright, we'll see if it blows up. Instead, yeah, because it's going to be a clear weather. Comment whether or not you think it's going to explode on contact with water, which it shouldn't do, but hey, this game has already disappointed me. Please don't explode on contact with water. You've got too much to live for, man. Man, I'm very high up as well. Still a kilometer above. Alright, here it comes. We will see if it explodes or not. 3, 2, 1, and... That sounded more promising there. But apparently it didn't splash down. So maybe I need to still have it attached. That's unfortunate. Ah. Map. Can I tell this thing to go get our debris? No, not yet. Here we go. We're about to splash down. Cool. All right, Space Center. This is frustrating fulfilling the terms of this contract. We've got debris here, which we can recover. That was just our testing on the thingy. Debris here and debris here. Okay. We've got 19 science, though, so something went our way. We probably completed one of our missions. Yeah. Okay, so the engine still needs to splash down. We still have, like, 401 days to do this, but I don't want to... Alright, we've got a few test missions too, so that's good. We'll leave. We can go to R&D now and get some better stability stuff. We've got the radial decoupler as well. Or we don't have quite the science for this, so we're going to go for stability. Radial decoupler is going to be important for using boosters anyway. So we'll leave the facility, go to our vehicle assembly building. And clearly... first, we're just going to get rid of that silly decoupler at the bottom here. Hey, what is that? Alright, take the whole damn thing then. We'll take this apart. Grab this decoupler. We're no longer staging that. take off our top parachute as well. We've just got our parachute on the side here now. Yep, good. And we're going to go with the swivel. And we're going to see if we can just go touchdown kind of sideways instead, is the plan here. To preserve aerodynamics though, I think I want a nose cone. That's kind of big. Can we make a smaller nose cone, please? Like, that's very weird. We'll just go with a solid sort of thing then. Okay. The Death Trap 2.3 is now 2.4. Let's save that and give it a launchy launch. Probably should have accepted another mission to try and make this profitable for me in some way, shape, or form, but oh well. Okay, 100% throttle. Let's throttle up and launch. Oh crap. Throttle down, throttle down, throttle down. We have a very interesting... See, that should have killed him. G-forces here would just be... Also, this will be a problem, because we might be... Oh dear. Always check your staging. He was killed. Yep. Back to our space center. Okay. Mission control. Can we tracking station. There was debris there, I swear. Can we get that debris? Yeah, got it. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll leave. We're going to go to Astronaut Complex here. We still have a pilot, I believe. Yep, Valentina Kerman. But Jebediah is missing. MIA. Yep. Goodbye, man. Rip. Okay, back to our vehicle assembly building. The basic design was good. The staging was not. Yeah. Stage 1. Stage 2. Okay, we'll save that. The previous thing didn't happen. Let's see if... Can we launch this without crew? Are we good? Yeah, we've got an empty seat. Save. And just see if we can launch the Death Trap without anyone on board. Is that okay? Ah, no remote controlled or manned command. Won't be controllable. Alright, so I'm gonna need a pilot at all times. Unless I get something that will command and control. Yeah, I need a command and control part that's remote. Okay. Good to know. We'll save and we'll launch. And we will hope that we don't kill our pilot doing this. Cool. We'll throttle up and go. Frick. Oh no, 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 no. I pressed the buttons the wrong ways. Let's revert to launch. It's giving me a second chance here. I feel like Valentina deserved a second chance at life here. Now, I want to go in that direction, actually. Can we go in that direction, please? Or a direction that is over water, basically. That's good. probably should have done that for the the other one. Was actually revert to launch would have gotten me anywhere. I'm willing to take one thing for my stupidity, but not the other, basically. Okay, we're at our top. We're actually just going to activate the parachute now. Take the throttle down to 0, in case that was our issue before. And we'll go to max time. Did I use the right type of parachute? Yeah, it is. It's a full parachute, not a drogue. Yeah, 11. Okay. So, hopefully our bloody engine survives this time. I don't know why last time it didn't. But... yeah. That was our decoupler at launch site. Yep. This is our land distance record. That's nice. Okay, we'll turn off messages. We are spinning real fast. Like, how are the G-forces not going up here? You can just see in the cockpit. Like, flash, 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 flash. Ah! Oh, that's as bad as making the whole screen wobble as well. This is not fun, people. I suppose we're at 4 times speed, but still. Please don't blow up. And it all just blows up, see? Splashdown, contract. So if I go to the tracking station here, recover that. And then leave. It's like impossible. I'm upset about this enough. Oh, wrong button. Kerbal up. Oh, I can't. All right, enjoy my Steam. Hang on. Hang on. We don't want to see that. Enjoy this picture of a cat. That's it. You get a cat while I Google this if this is a bug. So, test LVT45. Test LVT45 engine blows up on splashdown. All right. Okay, so it apparently is just about impact stats. Yeah, hang on. We'll get away from so you can now see the screen again. It's all about hitting the ground too fast, basically. So... Mark 16 parachute. flea as well. An altitude of 250. Support. Activate the part through the staging. Alright, so I need to get high, then activate a flea. Is what that one's saying. This one wants me to test a thumper at the start. Alright, so if I leave facility, go back here. What's a thumper again? Hammer, flea. I don't have thumpers yet. So our issue is going too fast hitting the ground, apparently. I'm going to take you and we're going to do 4 parachutes. And then we're also going to go put a parachute up the top. So we will significantly reduce our speed going down this way. We're going to call this a Death Trap 2.5. I really want to do this. This is annoying me, right? And we're going to launch. Oh, wait. Yep. So that's all going to happen at once. That's fine. Yeah. Always check the staging. I've since learned. I need a slower impact speed, seemed to be my issue. Alright, we're going to go to maximum throttle when we go take off and go. And we want to head over this way. The other suggestion was that you could build some kind of rover and just walk it into the water. Hilarious. Alright, so we should be pretty much at where we want to be. So we will activate our parachutes. And we're actually going to hit nose first. That may not be ideal. What's your impact stats? Shut down the engine. This one, for some reason, is just like drogging. Speed up time. We are at 4.4. It says monopropellant, but I'm not sure how that monopropellant actually works. Like, what does that actually give us, if that makes sense? Wheel authority. Can I get rid of it? Yeah, there we are. Right click off to the side. But yeah, we're slowly getting down there. It looks like my other parachute isn't really going to do much. Might even be a hindrance. This guy. But if it's reducing my speed at all, I should probably keep it. concern is that it'll probably want to flip, and that might determine that the game will then determine that that's really high speed when it hits touchdown. We'll enjoy the sunset over Kerbal. Yep. As the... You'd be looking at this parachute and thinking, oh, that's not good. Not really sure about that. I'm thinking about cutting it. We are down to 3.8 though. That's quite good. In reality, this should have inflated by now and flipped the craft. Also, cables would be a problem because it would have, basically wrapped everything around it, and then bad things would have happened from there. Oh, there we are. It's inflated. It should flip us around. There we go. Good. Okay, so if it blows up on a speed of like 3.4 meters per second, I'm not sure what else I can do, really. That's a lot of... I mean, it's got no fuel in it whatsoever. The engine is turned off. Valentina, in the meantime, is just kind of chilling here. She gets free rides above the ocean all the time. .3 meters per second. What's that in kilometers per hour, I wonder? Hey, it survived! Yes! Win. That's a W. Alright, back to the Space Center. Just need lots of things to carry it home. We'll recover you. Most of our funds back. Mission control. Is it still... It's still active! We tested it. We're at Kerbin. We splashed down. This is totally bugged. LV-T45. That's the engine we used. Alright, what's our other options here? We've got focused observational. You know what? We want to escape the atmosphere. That's the next thing I'm going to go for. So we're going to accept this contract. Leave. I might dump the other contract at some point just because it's just frustratingly wrong. Get rid of these and we'll design pretty much a new ship is going to be coming up here. Now, I would like to recover as much parts as possible, so we're going to use a series of decouplers here. So we'll decouple here and keep our parachute. We're probably going to want some science in the end on this one, so I'm going to drop some science modules on this with our mystery goo. Then I will want some fuel tanks and an engine, our frustrating engine. We want some radial decouplers, and that's probably just going to be 2 of them. Here. Then we're going to go with engines again, and we're going to go use the hammers. Cool. We want those hammers to be a bit aerodynamic, so... Oh, service bay. Utility? No, aerodynamics. There we are. Put some caps on that. Now, I will also want some fins. Got a higher mass. What's the advantage of it? Better temperatures. Manufacturer. Found it lying by the side of the road. Yeah, well, I don't see an advantage in the other one. I'm assuming there is an advantage in the other one, but I don't see it, so... I'm going to put these guys on here. I think that was actually the wrong placement. Why am I getting... you? Symmetry like that. There we are. Cool. Okay, so we have a few stages going on. First we're going to launch these, then separate. Then we're going to launch this, then separate, and then we're going to parachute. Now I want to recover my parts, and I think I've got some mass to spare here. So I'm also going to go to my utility here and mount some parachutes. Single ones. Is that going to do it? Yeah, I think it is doing what I want. Good. On these. Nope. Where's the other one gone? Yeah, okay. We'll just have to put singles. Alright, so you're going to go here. You're going to go here. And I'm not sure it actually will survive impact unless I put a lot of parachutes on here. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile, but we'll try a double. See if that keeps it alive. Okay, so I need to make sure that these parachutes happen at the right time. So these guys, you need to happen at the point of decoupling. You happening at the point of this decoupling makes sense, and you happening at the point of this decoupling makes sense. Cool. Alright. So let's call this the sub-orbit trap number 1. So new class of ship. We're going to go to suborbital. It's not just death traps, it's suborbital traps. I think that works. We have our staging right, so starting with this, moving to launching our parachutes when we decouple. Next up that, decoupling and dropping parachutes on this. Wondering if one needs to be a drogue. We'll see if it works. And then going with this one. That works for me. Let's launch it and see what happens. Okay, so my flight plan here is that I'm going to go straight up as much as possible with these original boosters. And they're at max thrust. I haven't put any throttling on it. And then I'm going to go for a reduced thrust to try and get into some kind of orbital pattern. If I'm not high enough, maybe I'll just go full thrust up again. But we want to leave atmosphere and do a bit of a suborbital trajectory is kind of the plan here. All right, so let's launch and see what happens. Trajectory is good. Speed is good. We are headed straight up at the moment. See that burn. Burn is clean. Yep. Our fuel is slowly running out. We're at 5,000 meters. We're about to leave the first stage of atmosphere. Just going to coast on up before we activate our second burn. And we will decouple at this point now. And then next up, we will activate our second burn. Slowly go through our liquid fuel. Might throttle up a little bit more. Just gotta leave atmosphere is the plan. Go down to slightly lower throttle again. And I think now we want to start angling to try and get us into some kind of orbit. Nope, nope, nope. All right, gotta get back on a even keel here. Control it. I think we have successfully left atmosphere. Yeah, in orbit. Now I've just got to control this. And then what do I want to do? I want to go prograde. I think that's prograde there. Can't remember the icon's meaning. I don't feel like it's prograde, but I feel like it's heading down. Well, we're out of throttle anyway. So we will, at this point, decouple our engine and hope that it makes it. We're going to observe our mystery goo. That's one down. And then, oh, isn't that pretty? Just seeing this kind of decouple and just work its way off. And 2 of 2. All right, so we've got a fair bit of science happening. That is cool. Now, the downside here, I'm wondering if we should transmit this data. Because my thoughts here is I didn't put a heat shield on this. So we've got re-entry concerns. But no drogue. Just a single parachute. Ah! Ah! Oh, shit. All right. I'm sorry, everyone, for the oh, no, don't. I'm trying to get it in control. This guy's just having the time of his life. It's like, yeah, man, this is awesome. Well, we escaped the atmosphere, so that's good. Oh, all right, all right. All right, down, right, left, left. That's a bit more stable. I'm kind of concerned about touching anything at the moment to make it worse. Okay, what's our actual orbit say? We toggle the map here. We are going to come down in the ocean. I mean, we would, if we cover it, that's 20 science. If we don't, we've got nothing as well as killing a Kerbal. Yeah, see, I shouldn't be allowed to control. All right, that's a lot stabler. A lot more stable. Hmm. We'll see how we go with re-entry and the heat requirements here. I think it's going to kill us. Oh, there's our... There we are. Stability assist. That's what I should have just pressed before. Okay. So that must be prograde. That's retrograde. We basically want to have our arse to entry here, which is that. Yeah, we'll see how we go here. I've got a little bit of concerns about this guy's limited lifespan, shall we say, because of the heat. The heat build-up gets too much, and we start seeing things degrade a bit here. Should get an indication, I think, first. Oh, no, we're good. We are good. We might survive this. We're heading down towards terminal velocity now. But my concern is that we're approaching quite fast compared to our altitude. Now, is this the same? Yeah, we're going to impact on C. We're going to trigger our chute now. Quite close to an island, actually, so that could have been interesting. We're still really fast. But our parachute's expanding. We're reducing down. Yes! Ah! The Kerbal will live! How exciting. Okay. So, we have completed our goal of escaping atmosphere. It's going to give us extra science and monies, which is fantastic. It is also counted as a world first milestone. We also got an altitude record there, I think. Possibly a land distance record. I'll be interested to know if our other parts managed to survive or not. We'll speed up time. We're very close to splashdown, so that was a very good landing actually in the end. Very happy with that one. Cool. All right, back to we're gonna go to the tracking station so we can pick up all the parts that we may be able to recover here. Where's our base? It's all over here. Okay, so what? See, I don't see any boosters or anything like that, so I'm going to assume that that was a waste of parachute. We got 33 science from that. We got a whole heap of funding. And a bit of reputation. No XP gain, interestingly enough. And we've got no other tracked objects we can see. Cool. I'm going to call that success, though. Yay. Let's go to R&D and pick up the next one, which is General Rocketry, which will give us a new liquid fuel engine, give us thumpers and better fuel tanks. And we've got 14 science remaining. So we have flight control, which could be sort of interesting. We've got aviation. I think aviation would be really good because then we can build sort of what's general construction though? Crew cabin, another decoupler, a flag. Who doesn't like a flag? I like a flag. A brand adapter. Okay. Launch stability enhancer. What does this do? Big fancy words for a rocket holder. Okay, so it's kind of like struts and everything. So if I get big rockets, then I'm probably going to need those. All right. Ah, allows for heavier construction. Right. So that's what's going to help me get bigger spaceships. I was wondering that because I know there's like a mass limit on the launch pad. I was thinking, well, hang on, that's going to get really tricky. All right. So monitor. Landing struts, radiator panel. Okay, let's leave and just see what mission control has for us here. There we are. Now that still just seems unachievable. I'm going to wait for the rover approach and to get that done. But let's see what else. We can ferry 3 tourists safely to their destination and back. Okay. We could test a M16 parachute at an altitude of 11,000 to 8 to 11,000 at 70 to 130. Mark 16. How many marks do they get through? Or test the flea in a suborbital trajectory. So I need to turn it on in space, basically. So my concern with that is that I might just leave, not be able to recover my Kerbal. Could do a Thumper and just see how it goes. I mean, that's free science and it's free money too. Yeah, we're going to take the free science and the free money. We're going to accept that contract. Go to the vehicle assembly building and build ourselves a Thumper-based one. Alright, so the suborbit trap is not what we're going for this time. Take away the science modules. We're going to take away these. Most of this is going to be disassembled. Instead, we're going to stick this on a Thumper. Basically. How high can we go? Now, we will want some stability here in terms of aerodynamics. Like so. But that's pretty much all I'm doing here, and we're just going to go the Thumper 1. And if we get anything else out of this, I'll be kind of happy, but I'm not really expecting... I don't know what to expect with this, really. It's just... It's what I would think an ICBM looks like. So, yeah. Let's launch an ICBM. Communication would be interesting if I end up with a Kerbal lost in space. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Thumper 1 will save. Let's head to the launch pad. Basically a big tall rocket that we're talking here. And I think we're just going to go straight up and back down. Unless we want to try for a land record or something. Yeah, let's look at that. Let's try and plot our course, right? So I'm here. We want to try and go here. Or can we get? Let's see if we can get to the South Pole. Right, we want to head south. Is the idea. I don't think we will, but yeah, let's try it. So I think that's that way. Basically, want to angle this way. Yeah. No, hang on. Oh God. Compass, please. All right, let's go. See what this does. Yeah, I've got very little control here. We're just pretty much going to go straight up. Straight back down, I think. Jesus. It gets some speed up, though, this thing. In fact, that's maybe a little bit concerning. Holy moly. Well, that gets us into space. Gets us very close to no atmosphere, at least. What's our likely orbit here? Yeah, we're just going to go straight up and straight down. I think that might be a problem because I think we're going to land on land here. Well, we have successfully fulfilled our contract. That's nice. Let's disconnect. Say goodbye. Also going to time warp a fair bit here. Alright, yeah, we've time warped to the point where we are now falling back into atmosphere. And the game has decided that we can't time warp that fast. And basically we'll see if we survive re-entry here. Already took a little bit of heat damage, and that's coming up again. Yeah, we could have used a heat shield here, I think. But we are going to survive. Okay, that's good. We're at 10,000 meters, 11,000 meters. There's the Thumper just blew up, I think. 8. 7. We're at terminal velocity. We are okay. In terms of above land, though, we want to deploy now because we are very close to actually touching down here. And we need to drop a lot of speed. 2 kilometers, still going 160 meters per second. This is generally considered bad. Kilometer above. Full extension. We've dropped our... Yeah, okay. We should survive this. Only 300 meters to go, but at least we're not sitting around in atmosphere waiting for things to drop down to the bottom. Okay, cool. That's nice. So we learnt that a single one of those things, we really need a lot more mass to take us up with us. Because otherwise we end up in trouble. Yeah. Okay. Tracking station. Let's go grab Thumper 1. A little bit of money back from it. And most importantly, we got our crew back. We'll leave. So that's kind of good to know. Let's go to mission control, see what else we can now do. What to hold a Juno basic jet engine into flight above Kerbal. Have it. Okay. I don't think that's for me. See, I think this is going to do the same sort of problem with my other current active mission, and I don't want to do that. I think our testing in the Mk2 parachute will be our next one. So we want to be at an altitude of 11,000, 8,000 to 11,000. We want to have a slower speed here. But this will give us a decent amount of prestige. Can we do anything with that prestige yet? Let's go to the admin building, right? Yeah, we have a few things. Unpaid research program. Alright, so this would give us a whole heap of science. Spend reputation. Get science. Outsourced R&D. Can spend money to get science. We get like 5 science or something for this. Okay. Appreciation. We get reputation for funds. Yep. Aggressive negotiations. Minus 1.5% funds off launch costs and R&D purchases. Better recovery sort of stuff. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we can use our reputation for gains, basically. If we go to R&D, we need a lot more science to do anything next. Okay, so to get more science, I feel like we need... Like we've already sent science pods into space and recovered those. Are we going to get more data if we just send it up again? Can I send another astronaut up at the moment? I don't think I can. I don't think I've got a service bay. More info. Enviro sensor. Science experiment. Log pressure data. Okay, so maybe I can get more science by putting a pressure barometer. And maybe, yeah, okay, so this will give us stuff. All right, we'll leave. We'll go to the vehicle assembly building. See if we can get more. I feel like science is going to be the thing that it's going to be my limiting factor here. All right, so we've got a few more parts as well, but what I'm thinking is I open, don't save because that's Thumper 1. So we'll go with the suborbit trap and load that one up. We're also going to put some additional things on it. We're going to put a thermometer and a pressure barometer. Now this worked pretty well last time from memory. I'm wondering if with a different engine though we might have a better result. So I'm just going to decouple this and this as well. First, I want this definitely to survive, so we're going to chuck a heat shield on it. Put our decoupler. Now, these parachutes were absolutely worthless, so we're just going to treat these as expendable parts. We are not yet at the level of SpaceX, where we can recover our little boosters. So that's going to reduce our costs as well of launching, because we weren't recovering them anyway. First stage is this, decouple. Second stage is this, decouple. All right, now I'm thinking about this engine. I'm thinking this engine might be replaceable, right? So the big difference between the swivel and the Reliant being the new one, is you get higher kilonewtons of thrust. And it's less mass. So costs a little bit less too. So all good in many respects. Excellent. Okay, so that should give us a little bit more propellant to hopefully actually take us into an orbit or a longer suborbit. So we're going to call this suborbit trap 2. We're going to save and we're going to do a launchy launch. And this might be the last launch as well, because we're just heading up on the end of the stream. We've been going for a couple hours now, or nearly a couple hours. And yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Oh, it's in the wrong staging. Just gonna recover the whole thing. Damn it. You recover. Recover from the launch pad. Okay, leave. Gotta fix that. Okay, back here. Always look at staging, Pooks. Always look at staging. You know, look at staging. So you're down here. You should be like there. All right. So this decouple, this decouple, parachute home. Good. Oh, we had a mission as well, so got a chance in hell of doing that mission. We actually won a few. What was our save? I think was Mark 16 again that we were doing. We're going to do the Mark 12 radials. Drogues? They're drogues. Yep, good. To actually try and give us the ability here to test within the parameters. Alright, so we're going to add another stage here. Separate out these drogues first and then do this one. Now you guys can go really high, is the plan. Then you're good at an altitude of about 4,000, I think it was, that I want you to deploy. Okay, suborbit trap 2 ready to go. Let's launch it. All right, this one is going to be the last launch. Ignore the other one where I just stuff things up. 3, 2, 1, ignite. Now I'm going to get my throttle ready. I think it was 2/3 was a better version. Actually, I've got a better... Yeah, we'll 50-50 it. Going up. This is good. Get past atmosphere soon. We will wait until we're a little bit higher and then decouple. And then fire up. Soon be out of atmosphere. Thrust up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go to stability assist here as well. And essentially I want to go prograde, which I think is this guy. Yep. Yeah, we ran out of fuel. I need more fuel if I'm going to do this. So what's our thingy going to look like? We're going to get a fairly good high top trajectory here. We have, yeah, we did that last time. Go to land distance record. But the new engine didn't solve all our problems. We'll decouple that now that it's no longer worthwhile. And we'll get out of this. And we have a few experiments on board, right? So first, on the crew hatch, I want to know about the thermometer, log temperature. Okay, this gives us science. Excellent. There should be a pressure barometer here as well. Yep, log pressure data. Pressure scan, okay. It's as if we're in a vacuum. Yay, we have science. Okay, so if we observe mystery brew, are we going to get anything from that? Pretty much bugger all. Right, so I can probably get some more science by doing some lower atmosphere scans as well. Mystery Brew is going to give us pretty much nothing here. A little bit of science, but we'll get 8, another 12. So yeah, this is going to be worthwhile In the meantime, here we are above Kerbin and we can't see anything because it's the night side. Oh, there we are. We can get something from here. There we are. That's pretty. See the mountains in the distance. I like that you can actually see the little bumps here as well. I wonder if that's what it's like. Okay, let's look at our map. We are gonna splash down over here somewhere. It looks to be a splashdown as well. Start speeding up times. Alright, we're going to turn off the time warp because we're now re-entering. We'll turn off stability assist so that we can be on the right side here and let our heat shield take the brunt of things. Now, my contract... Oh, I didn't take that contract. Alright, I've equipped drogues when I didn't need to. That was silly of me. Alright, well, we'll stage our drogues. It's an easier ride down here. We don't need it. But that's nice. You know, be nice to our Kerbal. Something has impacted on the surface. Probably wouldn't actually hear it at this point. Alright, the drogues have yoinked us down, so we're going to cut those now. And cut you as well. Drop down again, gain some speed. Yeah, we are landing on land, so we're going to go with this parachute now. Speed it up to full time. But we should recover all of our science data that tells us about temperature in space, as well as the atmosphere in space, or lack thereof. Gotta remember what RCS does. Used to seeing the controls off to the side here as well, but I'm guessing I need more components to do that. Okay, we have touchdown. Cool, we're gonna go back to the tracking station, we're gonna recover that, and we're gonna call it a day. Once we've got this, recover the thing. We have a lot of science now, which is great. We'll leave and we're just going to check out to see if I can buy anything more scientific-y things here. We have 38 science. It is not enough to get us anything. So it looks like I'll need to do some lower orbit temperature and what's-he-namey scans. But this is what I think I need next, so that I can have a little lab here. And I'm pretty sure that would mean that I'll be able to put a science dude on board. Or at least start doing some more science up there. Proto-Stay Putnik. Okay, so this is meant to be Sputnik. Unmanned. Okay, yeah, this is what we want. We want unmanned stuff. And we want to be able to launch a probe into orbit. That'd be lovely. Can't transmit science, but we would have things. Okay, so if we can get the research, I'm pretty sure I can get a probe up there. And I would be very happy with just getting a probe doing unmanned science up there. If that's possible. I don't know. What will it do? It's a command, yeah. It allows me unmanned vehicles, basically. I don't think it does science, but I then send this up and have something that gives me ability to, yeah, that's the thing. I don't think I'll cover anything. I don't have the ability to generate. It's a crew cabin. So that will give us area. Yeah, okay. Ah, so much navigation lights, landing gears. Yeah, see, this is kind of plane or shuttle sort of stuff. Light control. I think this would give me the ability to swivel, right? Control surface, yeah. Versus what I've got at the moment gives us lifting surface, not necessarily a control surface. Then stability here. Yeah, better lifting surface, but still doesn't really give us any control. Aviation's flight control will give us stuff. Reaction wheel. Anyway, that's where we are landing up at the end of today's stream. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Sorry that it's not Kerbal Space Program 2 as I initially intended, but as I said, issues with the game and the amount of content at launch was just something that I didn't really want to risk too much and make it less entertaining for everyone and for me, most importantly. So, if you've liked this one, please drop me a follow here on Twitch. If I do export this VOD to YouTube, I hope you'd do the same there. Except for, drop me a subscribe maybe. If you're feeling extra generous. If you're not, then bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye now.